Nearly ready? Or shit myself? This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and is sure we're in a time warp.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 258 of MovieDrone. I'm going to punch Boyle in the face, Steve.
Boyle?
Yeah.
Who's Boyle?
I'll get to it in a minute.
All right, I'm not going to punch anyone because I'll probably punch like a girl. Marc.
You probably will. Probably will.
Yeah. Oof.
That...
Take that.
Is that the noise you're going to make?
Oof.
Oh dear, mate. Dear. So how have you been then?
I've been, I can't really remember much, mate, if I'm honest. I've had a bit of a roof leak this week, so that's been depressing, isn't it?
Well, at home?
Yeah, but I mean...
In the extension?
Well, through the extension, through the kitchen, ceiling, all over the floor, come down one morning, Monday morning, first thing, water everywhere. So I've spent the last few days chasing that, found it. So yeah, it's got to get that fixed.
Shoddy, innit? Shoddy workmanship.
At the moment, I've got like a bit of lead poking at me else that's taking the water that's going inside, outside. So I've got an internal gutter.
Who did that? Who's it?
A roofer.
Oh, was it?
A roofer, yeah.
Dodgy one.
Yeah, it's leaking. He tried blaming the old roof. And I'm like, funny how it's come from the new roof though, innit? But I had floors up. All sorts, mate. I had my webcam that we got to use next week. I've got to try and clean it off because I had that poked up in the ceiling, trying to find where water was coming from. Cass holding the laptop. That was fun. Managed to find it, though.
It cheered me up.
Cheered you up, good.
Yeah. I was in quite an angry mood and that, where I'm quite tired, and that's cheered me up a little bit.
Yeah, I can't say it's been fun, mate. Definitely done for birthdays and Christmas. Bought it all. Yeah. Done, mate. Yeah, I've just got to wrap it all, which is depressing, isn't it?
You can pay someone to do it, can't you? Take it somewhere nowadays.
I'm thinking about it. I mean, I had a bad case of wrapping legs last year. And I don't need that again. I don't need that again, mate. That was bad.
Do it on an ironing board. You stand on that or sit in front of that, yeah. I tried that this year. It didn't really work.
I'm not a stander anymore. I don't like standing.
No. I
always feel like I want to sit down.
No.
But yeah, you get the old wrapping legs.
You do get wrapping legs, yeah.
Pretty bad. I saw your long lost son on TV, mate.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't know you was a dad, but apparently you are.
Right.
I was watching The Voice UK, and there's this young lad on there. He works in Tesco's, right? And he's in charge of the fruit.
Oh, right.
And he gleefully turned around to everyone and went, "Yeah, I'm signing my fruit that all of my friends call me Banana Boy." And he looked a bit like you and all.
Did he?
And I was like, we got Banana Man and Banana Boy.
Hampson chap, was he?
Like, that's my highlight so far, because I giggled a little bit to myself.
You know, if that was me, I'd have sent you a clip of that on the phone.
I probably should have done, but I thought I don't want to ruin it. I'll save it.
I actually saw an advert the other day for something, and there was a bloke that was a spitting image of you.
Oh, really?
And I nearly sent it to you, but I you know, I've done it so many times now. I need to find some other route of enjoyment.
Yeah.
So let's do something else.
All right, I'll look forward to it. See what you have. Yeah, the biggest drama mainly this week, mate, apart from a big hole in the roof and loads of water coming in, because all it's doing is raining, isn't it? Yeah. Which is great. Yeah. That's great fun. Gotcha. I mean, we're only going every 2 weeks now, aren't we? So I'm like, yeah, easily keep up with that, mate. We can fit all that in. Got to yesterday. I hadn't watched the film. So, oh, fuck. Went to write my notes. So I watched it.
It's like you ain't Killers of the Flower Moon then or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd have been proper fucked.
Well, so after climbing out on the roof to do some more repairs and bits temporarily, I had to dive downstairs and watch it.
All right.
So that's all fresh in my head, though. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, lucky for you.
Yeah. How about you, mate? How's your last couple of weeks been?
Do you want to, you know, I just want to, the elephant in the room. Do you want to play the birthday?
For what?
The birthday music.
Okay. Well, this one. Do we have to do it all?
No, they do.
Yeah.
It's only
cool.
you, isn't it?
All right.
Because I think this is the last one before your birthday.
Oh, and Cassie's. They are. She can have one as well. They are. Yeah, cool.
See, don't say I don't
Both
do
done.
anything for you.
No, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate all the thought that went into that.
Happy birthday for that. I ain't bought you a present or nothing.
I-
I've got to come over next week.
Oh, yeah, you have, yeah.
I have,
That'd be good,
for
wouldn't
a
it?
surprise.
I'll enjoy that.
I'm sure you will.
I'm
Make sure you
looking for-
set it up properly. I don't know shoddy fucking stuff.
I ain't setting shit up.
You
just
have to
leave the key out, mate.
No, you got to help set something up.
I'm shit at setting stuff up, remember?
Yeah, I know, but you got to do something.
Right, okay.
And I had a bit of a freak out. I was supposed to do a 10k run on Sunday,
Right.
and I had a little bit of a backache. I've sprained my back, and so it's making me grumpy.
Yeah.
So I sort of had it in the back of my mind, didn't want to go. And anyway, I sort of got to the place where I was supposed to go,
Yeah.
and it started raining. So we all got out of the car, looked at the rain, got back in the car, came back home. So
Did you?
So
Didn't even get your medal? To get your sweatshirt?
I didn't start, mate.
Where'd you have to go for it?
Then Chatham.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was like 25
I mean,
minutes.
people
half hour.
generally run 10k to get out of Chatham.
Yeah. So no, I just and fuck Frankie Boyle, mate.
So.
Fuck Frankie Boyle.
Oh, you want to punch Boyle in the face?
Yeah.
He says, Boyle, what's he done?
Yeah. Well, I had a gig, didn't I? I was going out. I ain't gone out for a long time, have I? You know, like out.
Yeah, ever, yeah.
So I was going to. Me and Gill decided that we'd go and see Frankie Boyle.
Yeah.
I think it might be one of his last tours or whatever. I thought, we'd go down and have a look. Got to where we were supposed to see him.
Yeah.
15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Text message.
Yeah.
Cancelled.
For what reason?
Couldn't get out of London because of the pro-Palestinian rallies.
Right.
So I don't know why he left it till like 5 minutes before he was supposed to be where he was supposed to be. So fuck him.
Fuck him.
Do you reckon he's that hard anyway? Do you reckon he comes across as hard? He don't look. I reckon he'd probably go down with the first.
Yeah, I
post,
don't. He's this bitter man now.
Yeah.
I used to find him really, really funny.
Right.
But I just find him bitter and nasty now.
Do you?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
controversial.
but I like that sort of humour.
Yeah,
so-
but I mean, he used to be controversial, didn't he? He'd say a few things. He'd go, "Ooh, shouldn't have said that." Now he just says it with such venom. I just think, I don't think you're actually that nice. I think you are the bitter man you pretended to be.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad I swerved that then.
Yeah.
But
I think he's one of them that sits in the front room looking out, vehemently hating everyone.
I mean, I can relate to it. That's the thing.
You'd have gone, all right.
I can relate to it.
Yeah. He probably went, I ain't going there tonight. Fuck them.
Yeah. He probably went, there's that fucking Steve that ain't going
Did you put a tweet out? No, I'm really disappointed. It's cost me my train ticket and stuff.
It's difficult. You can't. It's difficult. I tried, but like he's got like a managed account. You can't fucking get right at him. You know what I mean?
Was this Saturday? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mum and that went up to London to see the old Lion King musical,
Right.
and they had to drag. My niece and Amy had to drag two pensioners across to it because there weren't nothing running
Isn't there?
because of it all.
Oh.
They couldn't get nowhere. I think nearly killed my mum.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so. I nearly got the new driveway.
I like a driveway.
Yeah.
What's that little bit of grass on the front?
So you wanted a bit of grass?
Isn't it a bit of a ball lake having a little square of grass that you have to cut?
I think she just didn't want like just a car park. She wanted a bit of grass out the front. She might want to put a tree in it or something.
Okay.
You like it, do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I
that.
don't stalk her. I don't
Organise
like
that,
go
you
and
know.
stand outside her house or nothing, but I saw it.
I
as a
sorted
go.
all that out. Chose it all. Got it all sorted. Wait till next week, mate. They're going to render the inside of that wall.
Okay, I can't say anything bad about it then, can
Bit
I?
of K-rend on the inside of the wall.
You got any thanks, mate?
I have, mate. I have got thanks to Watch It If You Can to soundtrack your life. Keith Noakes, Tim, WTM, Mike and Oscar, and Talk Nerdy to me.
Thanks very much to all those reposts on the old X-a-Rooney. I've got special thanks this week to Gill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Emerald Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity and Eric, Karim Helliwell, Ben and Paul from Filmbusters, Duel Podcast, Peter, Glyn and Ryan.
X-a-Rooney. He should definitely change it to X-a-Rooney. Fuck all this trying to be clever, mate. X-a-Rooney.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Promo?
Yes, mate.
Hey there, I'm Eric. And I'm Brett, aka Mr. Positivity Wolfie T. We at WTM Watch This Movie talk about old movies, new movies. We do breakdowns, we do top 5 lists. We also rate movies that we've recently seen on our unique rating system. That's right, we're available on most podcast apps. You can check out our website at WTMWatchThisMovie.com. And you can check us out on Twitter at WatchThis_movie. We'll check you later.
Is that it? Oh, we
Yeah.
did miss it.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening with me hand there. Remind me in a minute. I've got a funny story about my mum's driveway. Let's talk about WTM first. mate, just thought of it. And I thought that makes Steve laugh.
Podcasting gold, isn't it?
Well, you could have played a trick on her, or you still could, I reckon. You could still keep playing it with her. But let's do WTM first.
Right.
What's their new episode, mate?
Well, apparently Mr. Positivity tries to convince Eric that the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a classic film. It's amazing. Which best of luck on that. Best of luck.
It's going to be an interesting episode because anyone who can try and do that has really got to have some opinions.
Yeah, I think you've got to like influencers to like that film. I think there's a few too many of them on there for me. I like them getting killed.
See Mr. P on a TikTok?
I could see him dancing on TikTok,
TikTok.
But I think he'd wear a mask because he doesn't like to show his proper face.
Right.
Really. You know, we know what he looks like.
Yeah, we do. We're in the club.
We've seen him on there. We've got a badge.
Yeah.
I know what Mr. P looks like. But yeah, I reckon he'd wear a mask. Do you reckon he might be doing them?
He
might be. He might be those. He might be on there.
I'm not on a TikTok, so I don't really know where I'd look.
No, I'm not on TikTok. No. You do TikToks.
I've not got. I don't even know what TikTok is really.
TikTok.
I don't. Do you search stuff, or do you just keep? Because all I see little and doing is kids keep smacking at the screen, and cats keep going into
until something you like comes up or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Perhaps I should get a TikTok. Don't think I wanna.
But anyway, trying to convince someone that 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre is
big ask.
It's big ask.
Big ask.
Best of luck, and I'm going to listen in, and I suggest that everyone else does to see how that one goes.
Yeah.
Have I got what?
I think it's a funny story. But she had a lawn. Do you know that bit of lawn you don't like? He said that this looks ridiculous. I heard you. That she really likes. All she wanted. It's her choice. She's paid for it. She can do what the fuck she likes. But anyway, had the lawn mowed. An animal kept coming back every night, digging it up. Every morning she got up and he had a big lump dug up and she had to keep folding it back. So every time you walk the dogs, if you walk past and flick one of them back, we could drive her insane for about a year.
I mean, I might. It would
require an amount of effort.
It might do. Yeah. I mean, I do put effort into some of my pranks and thingies, but
an old classic Steve prank and the grass.
I probably will lose interest after a couple of movements around there. So let's see. So anyway, please listen to our lovely friends WTM watch this movie.
Please.
Go on in.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
Okay, so this is the quiz. It's I don't know. I saw some things coming in, some answers. You got to stop giving Gill ones that she gets more than me on.
How do you know we're not teaming up behind your back?
Because I don't think she cares enough to talk to you outside of having to.
I ain't heard from her since February, mate.
But so mate, who got what and what was it?
It was E.T.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great, wasn't it? Jill, mate. Huh? Do you want to know what she got? Let's leave her till last. Maisie got a 1.
What?
Paul, let down Paul, I think he got a 2. Can't really remember. He said something about it. Emma, mugging people off, she got a 2. She's not even seen it. I mean, that is just rubbing salt in the wounds, that one. Glyn got a 4. Ben got a 1. I think he hated me. Peter and MovieDrone got a 2. Dave Oryx jumped in with a 3. Kareem got a 2. And LJ got a 2, said it's the most overrated film ever.
I mean, I disagree. But, I mean, I don't really like it because I'm an adult. But you know.
But Jill, mate, she won the week. She won it on her own, coming with a 5.
Did she? I'll tell you why I don't really like the film. I've been to, I think it's in Universal Studios or one of them, where you go on the ET ride. Yeah. And at some point, I was like on this little bike thing, a little ET in the
Have
front.
you got a photograph?
No, but you have like this bike and it goes off in the air. And like you look like a prick with a little ET in
That'd
the front.
be so amazing if I reckon you've got. I'm texting Jill.
I don't think.
So if you got a photo of you sitting there,
so that's why I fucking hate ET.
Was his head bigger than yours? Did you look like the child? Fucking hell, that alien's massive.
I think I did look like a child. Oh dear. Yeah. So, go on. What you got this week?
This is another one of them ones. When I wrote it, I thought, yeah, I can do that voice, and then I've done nothing with it. So, yeah. Good luck. 5 points. What's that film? You can't just blurt it out like that and quit moving around because you're starting to make me dizzy. I'll tell him my own way. Could have been worse. Could have been worse, I think.
Could it?
Yeah, not a lot.
Norbit.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what the voice.
I know. It's not, though. 4 points. What's that film? $4 million?
Yeah.
I've gone a bit Norbit on it. That's ringing a bell, that, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
$4 million?
No, I don't know.
3 points. What's that film? I'm sorry, but could I get another one? I signed the wrong name.
Is it one I should know?
Doubtful. Jill's going to get a 5 on it, though. That's all that matters.
Oh, I don't know.
No? 2 points. What's that film? Why don't you go haunt a house? Rattle some chains or something.
You go haunt a house. Rattle some chains or something. You've done Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
That one. No, I don't know.
No? 1 point. What's that film? Oh, I'm Emery the 8th I am. Emery the 8th I am. Oh, I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before. Ain't got a fucking clue, have you?
No.
Have you not?
No. What? Should I?
I don't know. I'd imagine you've seen it.
Yeah.
Probably once, your claim.
No, I don't know. Blanked it.
Oh, my love.
What a load of old shit.
My darling. What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Is that, are you doing quiz? Are you doing fucking clues in it again?
Oh, I can't say, mate. Can't say.
Yeah. Okay, so I blanked because that was crap.
Yeah.
Voice was clearly crap.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, please let us know what you think.
Wonder how many Norbits I'll get.
Please let us know what you think it is and how many you think you got via DM only, please. Moving on.
Yeah.
This is I saw you had some in. And I think we had one, I don't know, got at least one topical one, have we?
Yeah. Yep. One for next time, which probably should have been this time, but we'll answer it late. I didn't realise
when it was or what it
is. So we'll do it next time. And it'll probably relate more to our sort of thing anyway, turkeys and stuff. So there we are.
Okay, excellent. So where can people send questions?
They can send them via their Exaruni, which is at movie_drone, or via email on MovieDronePodcast@hotmail.com.
Oh, please do. So moving on again?
Yeah.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call
Question Time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
So we have got a question in.
Yeah.
Who's it from and what's it about?
This one from Peter, mate. Peter says, not sure if you're needing a question for next time, but you can keep it in the bank if not. And this is going to be the next time. And he wants to know our top 5 guns in films.
Oh.
He sent his 5 in as well.
This isn't the Christmas one.
He didn't take all the easy ones, which was nice.
Easy one.
Yeah, do you know some people, they go, here, what are your top 5 clowns? And then they pick the 5 big clowns. And then you're like scratching around for Go the Clown from Leprechaun 17 or something.
That's a good one, that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So what you got then, mate?
I got Peter's number 5, mate. Is the elephant gun from Tremors.
Right.
That's a big one Bert uses, isn't it?
I don't really watch Tremors.
Oh, I love Tremors.
Yeah, I know you do.
Great.
I don't really watch it.
My number 5, mate, is a proton pack. Sure, it's a gun. You aim it, you shoot it. It's a ghost gun, if you like.
Okay.
I'm counting it. Ghost gun.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 is the Lawgiver
Okay.
from... I love this blank face that you give me. I can just see your eyes, and your eyes go...
No Country for Old Men.
No.
Lawgiver. No, no idea.
From Dread.
Oh, right, okay.
Lawgiver.
Yeah. And the law taketh away. Number 4, mate, for Peter. The Zorg ZF-1 from The Fifth Element.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do know that one.
Oh, I know that one. This is good. I wouldn't have known it as a Zorg ZF-1, though, if you hadn't put The Fifth Element on it.
No, I think you probably have to look up some of the names, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
my number 4, mate, is a Good Samaritan from Hellboy.
Oh, right.
The
okay.
revolver, fat revolver.
The first
thing.
Hellboy?
Yeah.
Or the shit remake?
No, the first one.
Are they doing a second one of them shit remakes?
I hope not.
Right.
I just want the third one of what we're supposed to get.
Right.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Bit late now, isn't it?
Yeah.
My number 4 is the Boomstick.
Okay.
From?
Yep.
Evil Dead 2.
Ah, okay. Yeah. It all makes sense when you say, I suppose know what a boomstick is. Peter's number 3, mate. Sex Machines Crotch Gun from Dusk Till Dawn.
The what? What?
Sex Machines Crotch Gun
Oh, right. Okay.
from Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay. They're like the deadly cod piece
Yeah.
thing. Right. Okay.
My number 3, mate, is a Noisy Cricket
Right.
from...
It's from Men in Black.
Yeah, all right, smart ass.
Oh, dear. My number 3, is it?
Yeah.
Is the Golden Gun.
Oh, I know this one, mate. It's from a James Bondy with Jim Bond, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jimmy Bond.
Man with the Golden Gun.
Yeah. Easy one, that one, mate. Peter's number 2, mate, is a pulse rifle from Aliens.
Right. That's quality, that is.
Yeah.
Fictional gun, though, isn't it?
Would you like one of them prop ones?
Prop one?
Yeah.
Real one?
Real one?
A real one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few people I would have shot with it today.
Yeah.
Would be a bit dangerous to have one, I think.
Poor Frankie boy would have been blown away. My number 2, mate, is a Colt AR-15 semi-auto with an M203 grenade launcher. It's the one he's got from Scarface, mate.
Right.
Great gun. Not one that people really need for their collection, if you get what I'm saying, America. Like, you don't need one of them. You can just have a normal one.
Yeah, definitely don't have a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just don't have, let's not go politics. Let's leave that alone.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Have what you like. It's your right, innit?
I've got a gun, but used twice
Okay.
for my number 2.
Yeah.
It's a minigun,
Okay.
and it's a minigun on a motorcycle in machete,
Yeah.
and it's a minigun used normally in a Predator.
Nice. They have miniguns turn up at Airsoft.
Do they?
They hurt.
Do they?
Yeah, they hurt a lot. They get through some rounds.
Wasn't it Jesse Ventura had that in first before Arnold Schwarzenegger used it? I think in Predator.
Right,
They had
okay.
the big gun. Yeah, it's good.
Oh. Peter's number 1, mate. The Joker's long pistol. Batman 89.
Right. Okay.
I think if I remember, is that? Nah, I'm going to make myself look silly here, and I'm going to say something. I want to say the word Lambretta, but is that a gun and all? Or is that just a scooter? I'm sure. Something about it. It's ringing a bell. I know the gun.
Okay.
I know the
You
gun.
may just have a look at brick. So
Yeah,
good.
well, I'll go and look
Good,
it up
good.
in a
That's
minute.
what this section's for.
Okay,
Go on.
and my number 1, mate, is a Desert Eagle 5.0.
Right.
Not the replica written down the side of it,
Right.
if you get the scene I'm on about.
Right. No.
No?
I can't remember. What is it in?
Lock, stock?
Oh, right. Yeah, got you.
Your balls are shrinking.
Yeah,
Yeah?
got you.
Okay.
My number 1.
Yep.
It's the leg gun, isn't it? It's a leg gun
Left it for you, mate.
Leg gun.
Guaranteed, wasn't it?
from Planet Terror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gun for a leg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got a leg gun. Gun as a leg.
Okay.
Leg gun.
All right.
I got any honourables?
It's a Smith & Wesson.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right, not Lambretta.
No.
Okay, no, right.
Do Lambretta even do guns? What am I
No,
thinking
please
of?
don't keep talking about it.
What am I
Because
thinking
you're making
of?
yourself look more of a prick.
What am I thinking of?
Something different.
Yeah.
Have you got any honourables?
No.
Oh, okay. I've got AK-47, and the reason I say that is because I shot one of them, and they're good fun
Yeah?
to shoot.
Yeah? Did it
so-
flick around at all?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
bloke had to hold me up. And I've got the Planet Killer Death Star Super Laser.
Right.
I like that.
Okay.
That's a big planet killer. Kills a whole planet at once.
Okay.
Like a whole gun.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of a Beretta?
Would that be good if that happened to this?
What?
Like the Earth? If someone just blew it up, it's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
And there's so many fucking knobs on
it
it.
depends on the destruction to the planet. I mean, the planet would be all right, even if it's just 10% all right.
No, it
sort
blows it up.
Like
It's
literally
gone.
nukes
yeah,
it.
into bits.
I mean, I'd feel sad for every other species
But
on
it
the...
wouldn't matter. You'd be dead in like milliseconds.
All right, let's pretend that something's after, And then I'd feel sad for every species that didn't contribute towards the death and destruction of everything on Earth.
But it'd just all be gone. Everything be gone. In an instant, just be bang, and everything be gone. That's it. And surely that would just be the best option.
Yeah, because it's difficult to argue against.
Right,
It's
good.
very difficult to argue against.
Right,
You've got a fair point.
Trying to arrange that then.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Thank you very much, Peter, for that question.
Top 5 scooters next week. Fucking on that.
Beretta. Yeah. So, mate, we saw a film.
We did, mate. We saw a film. It's currently 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. It's an 18, 1 hour, 52 minutes. Billed as an action with a synopsis of Tate goes on the rampage to avenge his loyal and trusted foot soldier's violent death. To track down the villain responsible, Tate ventures beyond the comfort zone of Essex and into the dark side of 90s Soho. I've got no budget on this one, but I've got a gross of $472,878.
This is directed by Nick Naverne, starring Craig Fairbrass, Sadie Frost, Tara Fitzgerald, Phil Davis, Jeff Bell, Emily Wyatt, Stephen McCall, Jamie Foreman and George Russo.
Yeah, and this was 2023's Rise of the Foot Soldier, Vengeance.
You got a clip, you fucking...
You're looking at armed robbery and now a suspect to murder.
I didn't kill him. He was my mate. I will find out who did this. And when I do, I'm gonna bathe in their blood.
I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of still. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever been.
I'm holding you responsible for this, Pat.
Tell you
You're making too much noise, Patrick. You made them suffer. Trust me, it ends tonight.
Evil ends tonight.
I feel the need to talk about it like that.
Yeah. I was playing with that clip earlier. I made an actual dance song from it.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you want to hear it? Yeah, look.
You're looking at armed.
Hang on.
You're looking at armed robbery. You're looking at armed robbery.
That's just you pressing a button.
It's great, isn't it? Someone pulled out over a...
I thought you meant that's what you'd done rather than you just going to press...
No, I ain't got the capability of doing that. Right, you go... And then I'll do it. And then we got a song. It's a winner.
What are we going to call it? Armed robbery?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right. Yeah, good.
Some prick will buy it.
So, mate, what did you think of 2023's Rise of the Foot Soldier, Vengeance?
Now, I think we got to do a bit of a full disclosure on this one between us, in the fact that everyone kind of knows we love these films. So this ain't going to be balanced, is it? For me, I'm not going to sit here and slag it off, because I probably would slag everything off that this was in other films, but this one I'm like, yeah, that's all right, that. Soundtrack won it for me.
Right.
I can't believe how much they must have spent on it. It must have blown a budget. That many 80s bangers in a film, mate. And I ain't heard that since the business.
They probably just took the mickey, mate. Who's going to go looking for them, eh?
Yeah,
just get fucking, he'll be under the Thames.
Absolute.
With some concrete fucking slippers.
Another song that Lynyrd Skynyrd of Freebirds come up in. What a great song. Winner all day long. I have got some issues with it, although I do love the whole anti-hero thing. I think that's great. We shouldn't be rooting for him, but we are. He's a nasty bastard. No one should like him. Everyone should want him to have his comeuppance, but I want him to do it.
I mean, he's played Pat Tate more than Pat Tate himself, as they keep saying. Yeah. So, it's. Do you think that do you think they're a little bit gutted that they've still got to stay with these characters? Because in theory, if you'd made the first film and made it loosely around, but not used the names, don't you think they could have branched off? It must be a bit annoying that you've got to be Pat Tate in them. I
don't think. Well, what, for him or for the rest of them?
Well, I just think for the whole thing. Do they just think
twist it? Rise of the Foot Soldiers, next generation. Pat passes the baton over to Vicious Steve. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just think that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. From what I understood, the first one was more based on fact, and since then they've been looser and looser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But do you just think that the Rise of the Foot Soldier is well liked in this country, and do you think that they're just they wish that maybe they weren't tied to these names? Keep
sending Pat round the world. I want to watch them. I'm still there at Rise of the Foot Soldier 27.
I mean, this is. I mean, this has been said that it doesn't feel like a Rise of the Foot Soldier film. I've got to agree.
I do to a point, yeah.
Although I do think it's to its detriment a little bit. I mean, I'm scared to say anything, seeing as you tagged Craig Fairbrass in it.
He's a big man. He can take it on the chin, like he'll be fine.
I've upset Frankie Boyle whenever Frank a fucking Craig Fairbrass bank.
That's right. I'll balance it out for us.
No, because he's a scary man in this, isn't he? But I mean, it's not all detrimental.
No.
Not all detrimental. It's definitely got improved production values. It's more polished. The overall presentation's a little bit more Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's not what you sort of expect from a Foot Soldier film. I don't know if the budget was a lot higher. I haven't seen it, but it did okay at the box office, which I'm really glad about.
The biggest opener, apparently, of all the series.
I'm really glad about it. It was like top 10 or something, I think, in the box office. There's a couple of it. I don't want to give too much away. I feel like there's still probably quite a few people who haven't seen it.
Fuck them.
No, who probably will want to see it. And there's just like one probably character that maybe I won't talk about. Some of the ones, the recurring characters I will.
Okay.
But, and I wish I knew more about it so that I watched Origins and Marbella once before.
This is what I've got, mate.
Right.
Exactly what I've got. I feel like I need to watch the whole series once again, as it links in really well. But when you sit back, it makes a bit more sense. And although it's an all right standalone film, I think the big reveal that I don't actually think was that big a reveal with me not doing that. I think if I'd have done what you say and watched Marbella and watch Origins, it would have meant more.
Yeah, so you got the chronological order of Origins, Pate, Marbella, Vengeance, then Rise of the Foot Soldier 1, then Rise of the Foot Soldier, Reign of the General. They got Ibiza coming, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah.
So that's...
I guessed it by the final scene being in Ibiza.
But that's probably going to be a good one.
But
I wish that I'd watched those before, because...
I do.
We have recurring characters from them. Some are part of the plot twists. I don't really think the plot twists were that good, because I don't think the characters that were in the plot twists were good characters, particularly.
I think that's what I've got. Is a big reveal that they kept teasing this big reveal. And when it came, I was like,
Yeah, it was like a little...
But I do think if I'd have watched the two before, I would have gone,
Yeah, because I don't remember...
Too much. Yeah.
No, I remember, there's one that I do remember, and that's George Russo, great actor. He was on Terry Stone's podcast, the Criminal Connections one, which I was a little bit gutted about. I don't want to upset Terry Stone either, but I'm trying to upset everyone. But I don't know if you've listened to the George Russo episode. There's a lot of things that George Russo went through addiction, stuff like that, and they sort of touch on it. But then they get embroiled in a conversation where Terry Stone's talking a lot about Netflix and streaming and that, and what he knows about the business. And George, just at the end of it, was just like one word agreement answers and that. And I thought there's a lot more about George Russo that I really wanted to.
I think he's fallen out with Colton Leach as well, hasn't he, Terry Stone?
It's possible because he had Brendan O'Malley or whatever it was, Bernard O'Malley on there, and him and Colton Leach had a bit of a social media war and stuff. But anyway, I digress from the film. The twist just didn't excite me. It wasn't like that big power. It was just like it was just like a little whimper in the end. Yeah. But the reason I think that I'm saying that to its detriment, because it's so polished, my main issue was not having Craig, Rolfe and Tony Tucker in it.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about the Rise of the Foot Soldier is the real banter that they have, and there was no one for Craig Fairbrass to sort of, I don't think, to sort of bounce off like he does.
No, he sort of did that bullying bit at the front, and the other fellow was just like, I'm a little bit scared of you. And walked away. It's
a completely different style of film, isn't it?
So, I mean, I've got same as you, mate. I missed the light-hearted and the banter moments.
Well, it's
all very serious, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I mean, it's the horrible things that you get when the three are together. When Tony Tucker, Craig Rolfe and Pat Tate are together, the horrible things that they do,
and they enjoy it.
And it just makes you laugh. There's humour in what they do, and I think in this you had the C word occasionally, but it's not like when they're all together.
Calmed it right down, didn't they?
Yeah.
There was, I mean, I can imagine swearing wise. This must have a fifth of the other films.
I need to hear the C word used in loads and loads of different sentences in a Rise of the Foot Soldier film.
With different inflections.
Exactly, yeah. And I just didn't get it. And I think that it suffered and benefited from the Foot Soldier tag. So the Foot Soldier tag obviously got it viewers and stuff, but I think it also suffered from it because I was expecting, I was expecting the same sort of vein of comedy and like I say, swearing and stuff.
It was a proper film, wasn't it? Some of the others have just been mindless violence.
Yeah,
which I think a lot of people like, and I do wonder what it's going to do for some people, whether it's going to put them off. And I think the biggest issue I had with this one, and it's like you say, to its detriment and to its credit, being a proper film. Normally we get 90 minutes. We get in, we get out, I'm thoroughly entertained. Hour and 52, we got another 22 minutes. And I can't help but feel there's a few scenes that just seemed elongated for some reason and went on too long. There's too much in them, but not enough going on. It looked more professional, yeah. It's probably more marketable and it's a proper film, but I didn't feel like it needed those. I didn't feel we needed a lot of these thoughtful scenes and these. There was one, he was walking around down the street after him for about 15 minutes. Before he jumped on a bus.
Yeah, you got to remember that this was definitely designed to go to cinema, and people get the ump if they don't get their money's worth at the cinema,
Yeah, I do get it, but I just feel like, I'd imagine with a limited budget as well, every minute costs money and they've got to get their most out of the budget. But I just can't help but feel someone could have been a little bit more brutal and knocked 10 minutes off of it. And I think it would have made it better.
It was like the Terminator. It was just like, wasn't it?
You seen this, boy?
Just like walking off for ages. You are right. You are right. Yeah, solid acting. We had some A-listers from English film. Jeff Bell.
Mate, he's always a winner for me.
Yeah.
I wish they could make a way of getting him back into the story a bit more.
Yeah.
I know we said Craig Fairbrass is a scary fucker, and he is. He's a lump and all, and he looks mean. But I actually really enjoy, I don't know whether they mean to do it, but I really enjoy the pecking order dynamics in it.
Yeah.
Because we go to the prison. We've got Jeff Bell sitting there. And in theory, Craig Fairbrass's character's got the upper hand over this. Because he's locked up and he's like, Craig Fairbrass, a free man, Pat Tate, he's sitting there. But he genuinely looked terrified of Jeff Bell sitting there.
Yeah, won't we all?
And but you sort of go meet... You get all these gangsters who are like, I'll smash anyone. And he goes and sits down. He's like a meek little mouse. And I think that did better for the Pat Tate character in this one.
Yeah.
Normally, like I've seen a few, he just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, even though I think if you look into sort of like his real life character, he wasn't sort of like a big person. We've had that before in Foot Soldier and that, weren't we? Where people have mugged Pat Tate off in it. And he's got the, he's a bit sort of small time, wasn't he, in some of the bits. I watched... Bonded by Blood, is it? Which was the original. I don't know if you've seen it, have you?
Okay.
Where Tamar Hassan plays Pat Tate.
No.
But Terry Stone still plays Tony Tucker.
Oh, really?
And the guy who plays... who's the guy who ended up being the Supergrass? Can't think of his name, the actual real person. He was played by... whoever played him in Rise of the Foot Soldier played Craig Rolfe.
Okay.
So, and some of them played the same characters that they do in Foot Soldier.
What's that called? Bonded by Blood?
Yeah.
I love Tamar Hassan.
Yeah, and some of them played, it's still quite violent, that. Yeah. And some of them played, some of them played the same characters in Bonded by Blood as they do in Foot Soldier. And so there's some actors who play a different character in Rise of the Foot Soldier as they did in Bonded by Blood. It's a different take on it, but the Pat Tate character is still, but he's still quite small fry in the criminal world.
Yeah, I think they've certainly boosted him up to make this protagonist within the film.
Yeah.
And he's sort of taken it to be his own character now, isn't he?
Yeah.
And for me, he does a fuck. I think he's a great actor. I genuinely do. I think he scares me.
Yeah. Jamie Foreman, Josh Myers, I liked their relationship.
Yeah.
They was good. I thought Josh Myers was a little bit, obviously, a bit meek in this. I think he's been a bit more sort of forward in some of the others.
But that's why I say I don't think they had anyone to bounce off, did they? They was quite isolated in their characters. And like you say, chucking a Roland Manookian in there and Terry Stone and that, and then they've got someone to bounce off and be hard against and meek against. And
Stephen McCall, I liked his character. I liked Fergus. I wish that probably there had been a bit more between Pat Tate and him, but he just sort of like seemed to come in and out of it. And I did like George Russo as Basil and Joe again. He was one of the recurring characters. And obviously we had Emily Wyatt taken from the Marbella storyline. So there were some good performances and some characters coming back, and those storylines I thought was all right. Like I say, I'm not going to mention too much on the last twist, but it was a little bit of a for me, a little bit of a crappy one.
I actually think, mate, as well, they need a little bit of kudos for this one. I don't know. This is a geezers film, and it? We're all proper geezers, or geezers, or slags and all shit like that. But I actually think they dealt with a reasonably sensitive subject within it, in that world, I'd imagine. Right. And we had the homosexual storyline that runs through in a proper geezers film, and how they showed his vulnerability against what his dad thought, and we was all worried about what his dad was going to think, and it was like his dirty, dark secret. And although his dad was blown to bits a little bit, but his acceptance of that and people putting it in a geezers film, if you like, I think it's an important take home from it. I really do, to actually hit that subject. I know it's not a taboo subject anymore, but within those films, you don't really get it. And I think actually doing it and running through with it and following through with it, I thought was really good.
It was good, yeah. I mean, it held back on the violence as well. Yeah. So I suppose it was looking for a bit of an, expected a decent cinema run. Yeah. So they've tried to make it a bit more accessible. Yeah. So, if you're going to put that sort of storyline into a Footsoldiers film, it's going to be this one.
Yeah, but I honestly wouldn't have expected. It's not something to shy away from, but the fact that they are hitting that, I mean, they've done mental health and bits like that, but going in and doing this with the Ardnuts, or one of the Ardnuts' son and that, and how they was mixed up, I thought was really good. I think it's nice to see it in there.
The fight scenes weren't bone crunching enough. No. I thought they were a little bit choreographed. So the whole thing was quite polished, wasn't it? Yeah. So there's a bit more. Normally I'll come away feeling as though someone got hurt. Yeah. But I didn't quite get that in this one. Which is a shame, but I knew before I came in that it was
it started well, like that police chase at the beginning. Yeah, when they were sort of down that lay-by and he just went and crunched the old copper with the butt of the gun, and I thought that was really good. The police characters themselves, that smarmy prick, I was hoping Tate was going to get hold of him at one point.
I did not like the woman.
No,
I thought she was terrible. I got to be honest. I don't know what was going on there. I did not really like their characters at all in it, and I don't think they really brought a lot to it, to be honest.
No, I don't. I know they had to be a bit like we've had a shoot up in a club and he's still sitting there 10 minutes later. No one's even worried about it.
Yeah, it did not come across to me. I just wanted them to get off screen. I thought that was a bit of a misstep. Yeah. I don't know if it was the casting or the writing or what.
I think they try to, obviously, I'm guessing the people that are involved in these kind of films have not got a particularly fond thing of the police, and they try to make them as dislikable as possible, which I understand why, but they just, he come across as smarmy, she just come across.
What do you mean that the people, what do you mean?
Well, they're villains, aren't they?
Oh, right, okay. You mean the characters?
Yeah,
not the actors. I mean,
Well, I'd imagine Craig Fairbrass, I think, had a bit of a colourful past. I can't imagine he's much a fan of the old Bill, if I'm honest.
I mean, but you probably get to speak to some of these that they've been swearing and all that and doing it, and then they come off camera and they go, "Hello, my love," and they've got like proper English accents.
Yeah, but I think some of these are actual old villains, aren't they? They're old gangsters and people, and they've been in that world, and I can't imagine if they're going to make a stereotypical arsehole copper, that is what they're going to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're not going to do them any favours and make them nice characters.
I didn't like her character at all. The way she spoke, or it was just off for me. Yeah, the mystery person build up we got for all of it, it felt a bit flat on the payoff.
Yeah, I tend to agree, but I think that is my. I don't know. Has it been as big a gap as I think it's been between the last couple?
I can't actually remember. Do you know there was a massive gap between the first and second one?
Was there?
Yeah, it was something like 8 years or something.
Bloody hell.
I didn't realise. It was like 2007 to 2015 or something stupid. It was like a massive gap. I didn't realise.
But I mean, when they did the big reveal, I was like, oh, I recognise him. I do recognise him. And it took a few lines and stuff to get through. And when he said, you and my missus done me out some pills, and I was like,
yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It wasn't like something that was just like you had that flaccid sort of like reveal of this person.
You were like, "Oi!"
Oh yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, but I was trying to rack my brain as to who it could be while I was watching it. And it was probably the last person that I actually remember ever being in it.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
no, I tend to agree.
So yeah, that's what I wish that anybody who hasn't seen this, watch Origins and Marbella
Definitely
first, and then watch this. I think you get a lot.
100%.
I wish that someone had told me that.
Yeah.
Before I'd actually.
So we're doing you a service. That's what. Genuinely, I think it would have made it.
Yeah, better. Yeah. It just seemed like there's a lot of people popping up at convenient times, and I think that I would have certainly got more out of it.
This is another one of them series where I can't think what the other one I wanted to do. Oh, I want to do it with Saw, where I watch them in the order chronologically.
Yeah.
And this is another one of them series where I'd love to get them all and do it in an order that you should watch them.
Right.
Watch people get old and young and old and young. Yeah, he's looking young again.
Yeah, but you forgive shit like that.
Yeah, you can totally. But
you know what I mean? When they did, what was it, Origins or whatever? Yeah. Just like, fucking hell, he's like 20 years older than he was when he started. But it was brilliant.
Oh, they are great films. And I don't think I've ever done it with a series where I've actually watched them out of order of release to watch them chronologically. I've never gone against the grain.
Right.
But this is one series I would love to do it.
Yeah, might have to as well. Might have to. But I haven't got much more to say about it.
No, unashamedly, mate, I really, really liked it. And I do see issues with it. But I ain't even embarrassed, you know what I mean? I love them.
Right.
I think they're great.
What you got then?
79. Yeah.
I mean, I've only got a 65 on it. Yeah. And I think it's only because I love the other one so much. And it's just that banter and just the things. That bonded in by blood or whatever it is. I think it's what it was called. Or bonded in blood or one or two. I found that quite funny because they were overly nasty and funny at the same time, and they had the same sort of thing. You can see where the humour and that's
something about sadistic humour when they're being particularly violent towards someone that you can't help but enjoy, isn't there?
Yeah. And so even though it was different characters, I didn't think it was terrible at all. You know, it just lacked that for me, and that's what I want on a Footsoldier film. But listen, Craig, I liked it. Yeah. I did like it. Don't come around me.
I loved it, mate. Right. Come round for a cup of talk. Rise of the Footsoldiers with us.
Fucking hell, you imagine that?
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it, if he just turned up?
It would be amazing.
Do you reckon he would call me? Do you reckon he'd call me a C word, like get in my face if I've paid him? And he does this. What's that one called where you like pay for him to send you a video? It's £100. I did think about investing just so he could call me it. That'd be like the best present ever.
I think Newton Faulkner's like £3.50.
Is he?
So I can probably get that for you.
Do you reckon he'd do it though?
Newton Faulkner?
Yeah. He'd do anything for £3.50, wouldn't he?
We'll see what he'd do for a £5. Could be your lucky day on your birthday, mate. So you watched anything else?
Yeah, mate. I watched Grease 2. That's good, isn't it? Little Shop of Horrors.
Right.
That's great, isn't it? I watched Exorcist Believer with Litlam. We watched it. Not as bad as I expected, but nowhere near as good as I hoped. I hated what they did to some legacy characters. It was just, I think the less said about it, because we ignore all the other films on this one. I just think take this out of the timeline. It was all right, but not very good.
Right.
Nowhere near what I wanted. And I watched Champions. That's great, that is.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I wish
so good. Them kids are amazing.
I know. I wish I'd given it to you.
Yeah,
it's homework. But I knew you'd watch it. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is brilliant.
It is really good. Like Woody Harrelson, he's excellent.
Absolutely.
I think that's done so well. With you could easily have come across as taking the piss, couldn't you?
They were brilliant. They was having so much fun, and it was so good.
Yeah, it is good. Wouldn't recommend that one. I watched The Killer, which is a film that's out at the moment.
What's that about?
It's about a hitman, but lost interest a little bit in it. I think Jill liked it a little bit more. Thought it was going to be good from the start, but I did lose interest a bit, and Bonded in Blood, by Blood, I can't remember what it's actually called, which I did enjoy, and a film called Dumb Money.
Okay.
Which is about that GameStop thing.
Oh, yeah.
With Paul Dano.
Oh, yeah, I saw the thing advertised.
Yeah.
Oh, is that out, is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
So, I watched that.
Oh, that's on my list. Love a bit of Paul Dano.
Yeah, maybe.
Or do I not watch it, mate?
Yeah, maybe don't. Maybe
all right,
don't.
okay.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
All right. So should we move on?
Yes, mate.
This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call
Homework.
There we go. So this is the section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. Me to you this week, I gave you a 2023 film directed by Alejandro Monteverde, starring Jim Caviezel, Mira Sorvino and Bill Camp. Running time of 131 minutes, budget of $14.5 million, taking $238 million at the box office, 7.7 on IMDb, 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a synopsis of: after rescuing a boy from ruthless child traffickers, a federal agent learns the boy's sister is still captive and decides to embark on a dangerous mission to save her. With time running out, he quits his job and journeys deep into the Colombian jungle, putting his life on the line to free her from a fate worse than death. I gave you 2023's Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, you did. I've got some big old paragraphs here, mate. Oh, I think I went on a bit of a rampage on this one. Sorry about it. Pretty horrific, wasn't it? Pretty horrific watch. Made a bit more horrific when you realise the sort of based on a true story. We'll get onto that bit, but it's one of them things. I know in real life, we know this kind of shit happens, but we're kind of disconnected from it, and it's hard to imagine the details. So when someone actually shows you it, you think, fuck, that's pretty nasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't do that. And it didn't hold back from lots of alluding. And I do think this is one of them subjects that you only need to allude to an amount, and that's enough.
You don't want to see it all.
No, but I think you can, one of the few things you can actually just say enough and you go, yeah, that's enough. And then
it's like having a kid in the room and then the door shuts.
Yeah.
That
sort of scene says a lot without having to go further. And I think with a very emotive subject, it doesn't need to be graphic, but it needs to be direct. And I think they handled it directly without making it gratuitous or glorifying anything. And I suppose it's a fine line, but it was great. Cass did get angry and emotional. Probably not as much as I expected, but I think that was because of how well they handled the subject.
Yeah.
Which was good. Probably something I shouldn't have Googled or should have Googled on incognito or something, but it got me thinking how much a kid was. Right? Well, it's got to be worth it to these people. Do you know, you think, how much is a kid worth? Which value do you put on the life of a kid? Apparently it's between 4,000 and 50,000 US.
Well, I suppose
depending on person, origin, age, etc.
On origin-wise, you know, if you're out in somewhere like that, you know, it's like, why do people travel to Thailand to fulfil these things? It's because it's...
Well, in the UK, apparently, our average is £20,000.
Right.
So you can see there's plenty of money in it, but why all these greasy pedos got loads of money? Do you know what I mean? It's just...
Again, it's because they're from where they're from, I think.
I suppose it's
a different sort. Isn't
but it's how much do people put on a value of a life? And
I don't think they go out a lot, do they?
I can't imagine so.
People just save their money.
Yeah, but it's not a lot of value on a kid's life, is it? It's mental. You think
you shouldn't put value on...
No, but surely you'd get more money holding them to ransom, wouldn't you? Everyone would give 50 grand to have their kid back. I don't want to give them ideas, but you just sort of think, fuck, it's not a lot, is it? Apparently this film was finished in 2018.
Right.
And loads of filmmakers turned it down, or the distributing companies turned it down because they didn't want the film associated with their output.
Right.
One of them was Netflix, mate.
It's a funny time, wasn't it?
Well, you know Netflix, you know the one who did the kid beauty contest? That company, they didn't want nothing to do with it.
It's a funny time, 2018, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but...
There's a lot of shit going on, wasn't there?
You don't want to highlight a serious problem, do you? Let's put kids in beauty contests. Let's pay for that sort of shit. struggle with this world, mate. I really do. I think it's one of them everyone could learn a lot, and you sort of think, I come out of it thinking, fuck, I'm affected by that, and I don't want that to happen in the world.
Right.
And it'd be nice if everyone thought like that, and then it'd stop, wouldn't it?
Well, if someone just blew it up with a big planet killer laser gun.
The end, mate, it felt ridiculous. I'm going to be honest. It felt silly. And I thought, oh, they've nearly ruined this with this end here. I'm not sure about that. But, Mark, prepare yourself because it's based on a true story. Kind of. So I went digging. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding this bloke's group, the OUR, whatever they like to call themselves, and some of the factuality of its actions, mate. Right. Yeah. And it did go a bit Hollywood, didn't it?
I don't know.
It did, mate. It did. I'll tell you that. I mean, it went a bit like Taken for me. I was waiting for Liam Neeson to come running in, if I'm honest.
Don't think he runs anymore.
And then that sort of end of it made me wonder whether studios were right to veer away from it. And if child trafficking's not enough of a subject to raise awareness without having to make it an action film. And then I started questioning a little bit more. And it took the shine off it. So I'm 50-50 because it worked and it does happen. And they did a great job putting it all across and showing people give a shit and people are fighting against it. But should the end bother me or should it not? Should they have gone less action? Another way of getting her out was not just getting her out enough without him having to slit his throat. And he just left a bit of a sour taste at the end when I realised how much bullshit it was. Apparently they did go in as doctors, posing as doctors at one point, so that was true. The island raid was true.
What?
That was good. The kids, I found this interesting. The kids were based on real profile kids they had.
Right.
So Teddy was actually based on one of their kids that they had saved, which was nice. The actual depiction of the trafficking, 50-50 apparently.
Right.
A little bit. I mean, I suppose it could get darker. It does get a lot darker, but it was there or thereabouts. And I can't help but think it was a bit of a vanity thing from the bloke to be portrayed that way. He sort of got rid of his selflessness a little bit, which I was kind of very keen on. I thought, this is a nice selfless man I'd like to base myself on and think I've got his morals. And then he went and sold out to some Hollywood thing and made himself into Liam Neeson at the end. I mean, it was good. It was solid. It was hard hitting. Great first hour and a half, showing back the end for me.
Right.
But I've got 73 on it.
Okay.
It is impacting enough. I just have some questions over the need.
Right.
I think I was in enough shock as it was without having that.
It's weird, isn't it? These studios want to do this to these real life.
Do you know what I'm saying, though? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Am I being a bit bitter?
No, but they do it all the time, don't they?
Yeah. And it's the subject not enough. I mean, I learnt a lot. I saw a lot. I thought, fucking hell, that's really shocked me. And I think I would have been left with a more rounded view of it all.
I think people like to see bad people get their comeuppance, you know.
Oh, I do want to get him to get comeuppance, but go in there, work him out, walking the bloke out of handcuffs or something, or loads of people jumping on and beating him up would have done me. He didn't have to go ninja on him.
Yeah, but people like the ninja. Yeah. I think people just like that thing, you know. It's like a cheering. Maybe I reckon if you watched that in America, people would have clapped and cheered
Whooped.
at the end. Yeah, when he got his throat slit. Definitely that would have happened.
Yeah.
So, So, what you got for me into 4 weeks? 4 weeks on.
Not a Christmas one. Should have thought about it, but I haven't mind. Got your film. It's currently 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. 2 hours long. Is a 12. Billed as a biography drama. With a synopsis of, in the 1960s, 2 African-American entrepreneurs hire a working-class white man to pretend to be the head of their business empire while they pose as a janitor and a chauffeur. Starring Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Jackson and Nicholas Hoult. Gross of $1.7 million. This is 2020's The Banker.
Right. It is a Christmas film. It will be Christmas.
Be Christmas.
When's the next one come out? Oh, yeah. It should be just before Christmas.
Yeah.
Good.
Something like that, yeah.
Good Christmas film.
Yeah, ho, ho, ho. Could leave it till the new year. We'll sort all this out. That's the next one you got anyway, mate.
Okay, mate. Okay. So, what's next week?
We got Peter on from MovieDrone.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing...
Little Chinatown or something. Something about being in China. Enter the Dragon, China. Last little rodeo in China. Enter the China. Hang on, it's Little Chinatown. Trouble in Little China. Big Trouble.
Not One Night in China, is it?
Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. Is that the one?
One Night in China. Not doing that. Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Yeah.
So we got Peter from MovieDrone on. I mean, watch One Night in China while you're doing it. Yeah, search that one on.
One I can sit down with the kids and watch.
Yeah, search that on the internet and see what you come up with.
Any specialist website I need to be on there for that one?
I'm sure it'll just pop up.
Yeah, all right.
Just try it. Okay. So, mate, we've got Peter on next week. Yeah. So, be your next 2 weeks, in 2 weeks. So. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay then, mate. Do you want to tell people how they can get hold of us on the social medias?
Absolutely. You can give us on Xaruni, which is at movie_drone, or via email on MovieDronePodcast@hotmail.com.
Can indeed. So there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That was fun, wasn't it?
I quite enjoyed it, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully you won't get Frankie Boyle or whatever knocking on your door thinking it was you.
You come around next week, me and Craig will be sitting there with a Battenberg and a cup of tea.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it, eh? Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
Here he is, Craig. There's the one that mugged you off. That's him.
Oh, dear. That would be fun. Yeah. So you got anything left to say?
No.
Okay, good. So thanks for listening, everybody, for another week.
Yeah, cheers.
Did you want to say goodbye, Mark?
Goodbye, Mark.
See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Got Mexican, mate. I have. He's not feeling very great at the moment. He's on some anti-anxiety medication for his Hispanic attacks.
Not laughing at that one.
No?
No.
I'll be honest, I've run out of the good ones.
Have you?
Yeah.
Excuse me, miss.